Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth. I decided I'll make a YouTube channel just basically following my life, like what it's like to be a woman in recovery. I am in inpatient treatment right now in Des Moines, Iowa. So I just want to tell my journey, like how I got here, what it's like, the obstacles I'm facing, and the growth, and just basically trusting the process. And like, yeah, so um, it kind of began 5 years ago was when I started doing the drugs. But what got me to recovery is my kids being removed, which is very tragic. It was a painful thing to deal with, but honestly, that's what I needed. If my kids were not removed, who knows where I would have been and what would have happened. So even though people feel how they feel about DHS and have their negative feelings, they're there for a reason to protect the children. So, um, so 5 years ago, I decided to start doing drugs. I wouldn't say always, but like, when I was 17, I started smoking marijuana. People have their opinions about marijuana. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but, so yeah, I was just smoking that. And then, so I had something tragic happen to me in 2015. So I decided, let's switch something different, something to ease the pain. And drugs do not do that. They don't ease the pain. They're still there when the high is gone. So I tried crack cocaine. Tried to be on the low about it. Worked at first because I don't like people in my business. So tried that, and I liked it too much. That's what it was. Yeah. So I remember the first time I ever tried it. My stepdad was there, and he just started crying. That was a sign right there, like this is about to be some shit. We're about to get into some shit. So from there, my life kind of went downhill. I ended up losing everything. I moved to Des Moines, Iowa to get my life back on track, to get focused. That was the plan. So, at this time, when this is 2016, when I moved to Des Moines, Iowa, it was me and my daughter. My mom and her husband was in Des Moines already. Actually, no, my daughter had went with my mom like 2 months before I had moved here, and so then that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to move there too. So I ended up moving to Iowa, and I slowed down kind of, but I did what I didn't. Like I was, yeah, I really didn't slow down. Like actually, I came across addiction. So I found another addiction, and that became methamphetamine. That's because the people I was using, or people I was hanging around with, they were using methamphetamine. That was their drug of choice. And what I liked is that meth helped me slow down from crack. So I'm like, anything to help me slow down from that, because that really had my life out of control. Eventually, I ended up getting everything back, my own place, my vehicle. I still had my daughter in my care. My oldest daughter never got taken from me at that point. So I want to kind of skip to 2019. So I get pregnant. I um I have 4 kids. So I have a 7-year-old. I have a son who passed away. I have Zayamara. Now, Zayamara was born in 2019. That's when my DHS case was open. So, it's kind of difficult to say. So, when I was pregnant with Zayamara, I was using. I really thought, like, yeah, me getting pregnant, that would be it. That would be like the stopping point for me. Like, I know for a fact, yeah, I'm gonna stop for my daughter. That's how heavy I was on drugs, because I did not stop. Like I knew how bad they were. I knew that they could negatively affect her and the outcome of of it. But I just still decided to get high. So basically, through my whole pregnancy with her, um, I got pregnant, or I mean, I got high, and I didn't get pregnant, but I got high with her through my whole pregnancy. So I remember on so I had a doctor's appointment on my mom's birthday. The plan was through the whole pregnancy for me to have my daughter on my mom's birthday, which is June 25th. So I went to the doctor's office that day. So he was like, "You're gonna have a baby today." So I'm like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, it's like a bittersweet feeling. Like, yeah, you're gonna come on my mom's birthday, but at the same time, I'm like, no. Like I know the truth. Like 2 days before that appointment, duh, Liz, but duh or not, I shouldn't have been doing it. But 2 days before that appointment, I got high. So like I just started bawling, crying, because I'm just like, oh my goodness, they're gonna take my baby. They're gonna take my baby. I just knew this is what's gonna happen. So I actually, so he was like, "Are you ready?" I was like, "Well, I just started crying." So I called my mom. She's in Omaha. So I'm just like, I'm not ready. No, like I need my mom here. I need my mom here because I'm just like, I need someone here because I know what's about to happen. Like, well, at least I assume what was about to happen. Like, my kids are going to be removed. So yeah, my mom, she comes to Des Moines, and she gets here. I end up having her the next day after her birthday. So, they put the urine bag on my daughter, and so they tell us like, so from what I told, because I kept googling stuff like how to maybe clean out my system, clean out my baby system, and kept googling stuff, and really I didn't find anything, and anything that was really safe, even though yeah, anything that was safe. So I knew I did read something about the meconium, the first poop that the babies have, that they can test that. So that poop, I took it, I put it in her diaper bag, and well, like I took the diaper, whatever, wrapped it up, put it in her diaper bag, and then that's when my mom came up there, I was like, hey, throw this diaper away, just throw it away. So she did that for me, not knowing, not asking too many questions. I just told her do it, and she did it. So then they had this bag on there, and they was like, we need to test her urine. So I'm just like, okay. So I take the bag off. So then they come back again. They put another bag, and I was like, yeah, just let us know when she pees. We just want to test the urine. I'm like, okay, yeah, fine. So um, yeah, I get in the tub that night. I think I need a towel. So she was like, do you want to take baby while you're in the tub? I'm just like, yeah. So I thought about it. I'm like, no. I thought about it. I was just like, oh shoot, like no, maybe that's yeah. I shouldn't have did that. Regardless, shoulda, woulda, coulda, it came out. It's turned out to be a great outcome. So I really can't complain and wish that I would have done anything differently. Honestly, yes, I probably wouldn't have done drugs, but God does things for a reason. So yeah, so that happened. That's when they end up collecting the urine. Umbilical cord urine came back dirty for marijuana and cocaine. DHS worker came out. I told her a sad sob story. I was allowed to go home with my daughter, my newborn baby, so they let me go home with her. So 3 weeks later, my kids are removed from my care, and so my enzyme are they're taken from me, which was just truly devastating. Honestly, I started using more when my kids were taken from me. I used more. Like I didn't know how to deal with that pain. I didn't know like it was like you rip away the most precious thing from me, and now you just want me to live, just live. So I'm like, how do I live life without my babies? How do I do that? Like that's yeah. So yeah. So I was just devastated by that. So yeah. Sorry, that's one of the babies out there yelling. So yeah. So that happened. So basically, I'm testing dirty. I'm dropping dirty. Like I'm still using. Some days I'd be like, yeah, I got this. I got this. When in reality, I did not have it. So I was just like, you know what? If I want my babies back, like I'm on a time limit. Like if I want my babies back, like I need to do what I have to do. Like I need to go to treatment. So I end up going to treatment. Oh, my baby's out there crying. That's not my baby. She's sleeping. I got another one over there. He's sleeping. Each one is sleeping. And one's out there playing in the hall. She's 7, so yeah, that's not. Anyway, so I go to inpatient treatment, and so I'm just like, this is gonna look good in court. Like I'm in inpatient treatment. Like I decided to go here on my own. I'm not court order. So in reality, I did not want to be in inpatient treatment. I wasn't ready for it. And I feel like if you're not ready for treatment, if you're just doing it just because someone's forcing you or you feel like that's the thing to do when your heart really isn't in it, I feel like it's not going to work. My head wasn't in it. I wasn't in it. I wasn't ready for recovery. I had a guy I was dealing with. I was so focused about him and what he was doing. It was just like I wasn't in it. Like I wasn't, even though I wanted my kids back, I wasn't ready for recovery. So I ended up leaving. I got kicked out. So I came back like a month and a half later, and here I am today. I've been here for 9 months today. Make it 9 months. Actually, no, 8 months. So I got here January 20th. Today is September 20th. So 9 months. And so yeah, just tune back in, press subscribe, and thank you for watching. This is my first time ever making a video. So Yeah, so excuse the unprofessionalism. I'm gonna try to touch it up. I was kind of nervous to do it at first because I'm just like, hey, I gotta, it has to be a nice background. I have to be in certain clothes. I have to look this way or whatever. And I'm just like, that's not gonna be showing the real me, like what it's like to be going through recovery and like, got it like that to be doing all that. So this is what it is. It is what it is. This is me showing you what it's like to be a woman in recovery.